Hey y'all! The new moon in Sagittarius is on November 26th, and then the full moon in Gemini is on December 11th. What's interesting about that is Sagittarius and Gemini are opposites in astrology, but also very similar. One interpretation that I really love that stuck with me is Sagittarius is the mother and Gemini is the child. So, Geminis are very inquisitive. They're very intellectual, right? Like a child. Sagittarius is they're interested in learning as well, but like higher learning. So just keep those energies in mind. I'm sure that applies for the new moon and the full moon in your journey, as it always does. So we're doing things a little differently. You all get a fortune, okay? You all have a message from either a passed on loved one or the angels, and then there's like so many cards with a few new decks, actually. So it's going to be a long one. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4, 3, 2. Okay, we'll save these for last. We're going to start with your tarot cards. So new moon in Sagittarius reading for you. This also includes moon cycle up to the full moon, but then I'm going to do a full moon reading as well. So we have the Emperor, reclaiming your power, strength, taming your ego. Sense that this has been difficult for you. You're a very powerful person who's used to having control, who's used to being right, who's used to being the smartest person in the room. Light bulb. I don't know if you saw that on camera. My light is in and out, so bear with me. But I take that as confirmation. But now it's like, instead of like making your ego, like feeding your ego with this, it's like your higher self is able to tame your ego, but you're still able to stand in your power. So it's almost like you've had this journey of like a circular journey in nature, an egotistical one, and then taking this journey of like feeling like you had no control and no power and everything was changing around you and you didn't know what to do. And now you've come back around full circle and you're the same person, but it's not in an egotistical way. It's like balanced. It's like you have balance now between your higher self and your ego self. So you're standing in your power in the same way, but from like a higher place, like more of like a god, more of a goddess. But I'm sensing more like masculine energy since it's the Emperor, because the Empress is the same, but it's feminine. So you got the Emperor. So 9 of Wands. It feels like you still have to fight for this, though. Some sort of fighting for this. However, you're not coming about it in an egotistical way. Now, when I say egotistical, it's like, it's kind of like that fight or flight, who's the most dominant one in the room. It's kind of like the animal side of our nature. And it's not something to be ashamed of. It's just part of human experience, ego. So instead of like fighting with people until you're the victor, like, what I was saying about how you used to always being like the smartest one in the room and then the light flickered on? It's like, and he's got this smug look on his face. It's like, this was you before you came around full circle. But it's like now you're not interested in that. It's draining for you. It's draining for people that you're, sparring with. Yeah. And now you've got like this, it feels precious, like this strength, this new sense of strength that you found within yourself, this new connection that you have to like the universe, like everything around you. It feels like you're noticing a lot more signs and synchronicities and like the universe communicating with you more. You're paying more attention to that. So this is very precious to you, it's your communion with God. It's your communication with God. So it's like you're going to fight like hell for this. It's like, is anyone going to try and take this away from me? And but then I feel like, no, I really feel like they're not, because this is an inner place that you found. So I think that's a message for you. 2 of Cups reversed with the King of Pentacles. There's some kind of relationship that you've been wanting to have. Either it's been turbulent, like you already have this romantic relationship and it's turbulent, or it's one that's not in your life that you are craving and desiring. And I'm feeling like you're finally in this grounded place within yourself with this strength card, where you feel like you can actually either fix this relationship or show up for this relationship. Take whichever story resonates. 10 of Pentacles reversed. Oh, because I feel like, oh, I didn't expect this to be romantic. How sweet. Because you feel like you can't have it all without them. This is having it all. 10 of Pentacles. And see, it's like, it's the happy family with the dog and the grandpa, and, you know, there's mom and dad, and I don't see kids here, so it's like there may be kids, there may not be kids. That actually feels like it may be something on the table. For some of you, it feels like your relationship, you've been kind of struggling, like one of you wants kids, one of you doesn't, or like you have kids and one of you is like upset with the other, feels like you, because it's like they feel like you're not showing up in a certain way that you should be. But now it's like you feel like you can. Something shifted within you. You can come from a more heart-centered place, which is what kids need. Small group of you that applies, okay? So what's really interesting about you getting the 10 of Pentacles here is because, yes, I used a Disney deck. If you don't like it, too bad. I'm very festive and I embrace my inner child, okay? Because the 10 of Pentacles is here for the bottom of the deck for all the piles. So definitely a strong message of family for you is what I'm feeling. Okay? Stability in the home, stability within the family. Everybody like doing their part. An equal, like, not equal, a proper distribution of responsibilities, both emotional and material, feels like. Okay. And for those of you where that story does not apply, it's what I was saying about how either you or another person interested in you is finally coming, no, it's you. You're finally coming to a place of feeling grounded to where you can show up properly in this relationship or start this relationship you've been wanting to start and have it all, because you feel like with them, you can have it all, but without them, you can't. And this has required you to do some like inner child healing with this being reversed. I actually feel like maybe you're kind of in the home stretch of inner child healing. With this being reversed, the Pentacles are the final outcome in terms of the 4 suits of the tarot and the 4 elements. I'm not going to get into that right now, but the Pentacle is like the final physical manifestation, right? So this is like the physical manifestation of your inner child, how your inner child functions within you as you're functioning in the world. Because it does. We all have one. It's either a wounded inner child or an exalted inner child who, comes out at appropriate moments. But with this being reversed, it's like I'm hearing almost there, like you're almost there. You've almost made your inner child like feel safe and healed to express itself. So these are your 2 cards from the Disney deck. This is like my Christmas deck. So we got the King of Cups here. Look, that's a romantic relationship confirmation. Oh, I'm going to pull a few romance cards for you. I didn't do that before for any of the decks. There's my southern accent. Anyway, you don't like my rambling? Too bad. Sorry, I've had a few rude people. It's going to happen. It's not going to stop, so... the Joker. I'm getting, even though it's like a chameleon, I'm getting, okay. Yeah, no, okay. A chameleon holding the crown. Like, you are a shapeshifter. You know how to blend in with your environments. You know how to change to suit what you want. That's why you're so used to getting what you want, because you're a shapeshifter. And now it's like, this feels like your healed inner child holding this crown. It's like, once you learn how to use your shape-shifting ability without compromising who you are, which is actually one of your lessons right now, one of your big lessons, to truly stand in your power in an authentic, loving way, then that's like when you get your crown. That's when you feel grounded. It feels like you're already there, but you're also almost there, which is probably why you kind of feel like this Nine of Wands mentality, like final battle, waiting for any perpetrators, because it's like it's still precious, it's still vulnerable, it's almost there. But I mean, I don't think you have anything to worry about, like I was saying earlier. But yeah, then I'm also getting like a frog prince, like the kiss turns the frog into a prince. So for you, romance is going to be extremely healing, whether you're already with somebody or whoever it is you have in mind. That's going to be very healing for you. It's going to help you to stand in your regal majesty, is what I'm hearing. Now we're going to pull some romance. We're going to use the Romance Angel deck and see how many come out. Hold on. Okay. Nice. That was quick. It's time to disconnect from the world. I think you just need a little bit more alone time, a little bit more meditation, a little bit more reflection, writing, journaling, creating, kind of alchemizing those emotions that you're going through alone. Like I said, home stretch. For some of you, actually, there's a message here. For those of you who are already in a relationship that needs a renewal, there's a message of like, take the time for yourself to fully do this healing. You're very close to completing the work, and then plan a trip for you and your loved one to get away and just be alone together. And that's going to create a lot of healing. It's going to create a fresh start, is what I'm hearing. Okay. Are there any more romance angels for pile one? Yeah. Okay. So this came out reversed, attraction. You attract romantic love by enjoying this moment fully. There's a sense of like not enjoying your life as much as you should be. Not enjoying the finer things, not taking time to have fun, not enjoying your hobbies. So you need to do that because that's going to actually improve your romantic circumstances, whatever they are. And I feel like maybe there's one more. Is there for pile one? Are there any more romance angels for pile one? Oh, whoa. Okay. Yeah. So, this is for the other group of you that are not in a relationship but have your eye on somebody. New love, a new person has stirred your romantic feelings. This is just confirmation of that. And then love yourself first. Your self-respect makes you more romantically attractive. I mean, I don't really know what else to say. These go together. In order to manifest this new love, you just have to focus on loving yourself and not allowing anyone to interfere with that, including yourself. Which is why, for those of you not in a relationship, this is talking about spending more time alone, getting to know yourself better, processing those heavier emotions. But like I said, home stretch of the healing. It's really great. And look, bottom of the deck. You deserve love. You are lovable. You're lovable as your true, authentic self. You're so used to shape-shifting and actually functioning as this person that society wants you to be, or your family wants you to be, or your job wants you to be. Take what resonates. That, like, you've forgotten that, like, who you actually are when you're by yourself, who for some of you feel like no one's going to love. That's going to be the version of you that people are going to love the most. So that story that you've been telling yourself, which it feels like someone ingrained in you, is completely false. Could be society, that kind of like collective thought in society of how someone should be, how a man should be, because it feels like you're men, or at least very masculine. Not only are you lovable, but it's like you're going to be loved the most by all these people that you've been shape-shifting for too. I mean, I really sense that like you felt You felt the need to shapeshift to be accepted, but once you truly embrace who you actually are and show up in the world as that, like publicly, like no shame, like you're going to be amazed by the feedback you get. You're going to be amazed by your elevated status is what I'm hearing, like extremely elevated, because it's authentic, because that ties in to the undercurrent of the collective heart. We all want authenticity. We all want healing. We all want transformation. Now more than ever. Shit. Excuse my language. Okay, so let's keep going. For your archetype cards, we've got the light attribute of the beggar, which is positive. Shadow attribute of the femme fatale. Oh yeah, you just dealt with a bunch of shitty women. Sorry to hear that. Servant. Light attribute of the servant. Oh, you're so sweet. Yeah, shitty women took advantage of you. Could be your own mother, actually. As well as exes. Light attribute of the destroyer. You're very powerful. It's like you have this sweet, innocent nature, and then you have like this very powerful nature as well. And light attribute of the gossip. Okay. So, I sense that although you are very masculine, you have a very feminine side to you. And then this destroyer aspect of you, it just feels like your higher self. Like this is not masculine or feminine. This is something like out of this world that is within you, that lives within you. It's like your higher self is connected to this for a good reason too. I sense that you're actually meant to destroy those toxic thought patterns in the collective of society. To rebuild in love and authenticity. This feels like something that you're really working on within yourself. Learning to trust yourself more. When I was saying those stories that you tell yourself are false or picked up by others, possibly even the collective toxic mindset of society, that's the gossip. But awakens consideration for the feelings of others is like you're starting to nurture yourself more. You don't want to make yourself feel bad, which is so beautiful. You don't deserve to feel bad, ever. Honoring trust. Like you're learning to trust yourself. You're learning to trust that you have your own best interest in mind. And then you're also noticing like your outside relationships are changing. They aren't quite transformed. You kind of don't know where your life's going right now. But things are changing, and for the better, because it's coming from a solid inner place. Servant, light attribute. Delights in serving others with a free and loving heart. No matter who you portrayed yourself to be, no matter who you shapeshifted into, this is who you are, like at your core. Like you are just so sweet. It's like your inner child just wants to help everybody and share with everybody and make everyone feel included. And then you've got the light attribute of the beggar. Confronts empowerment at the level of physical survival. Awakens the spiritual authority of humility, compassion, and self-esteem. The more humble that you've become in this full circle journey that I was talking about of the emperor, the more compassion you've learned to have for yourself and others, which has helped you to forgive these shadow attribute femme fatales, who don't really deserve any more than I've already said about them. But yeah, I mean, through compassion, you're finding forgiveness for yourself and others. You're learning how to love yourself more. In humility, you're becoming more powerful, and it's like you're tapping into self-esteem of who you actually are. Home stretch, home stretch. There you go. Now, I haven't used this deck on camera before because I'm pretty sure it's my soul deck, but it wants to be on camera, and also like I haven't spent as much time as I'd like to with it, and I think this is a really beautiful way to do it, so just keep in mind I'm bearing my soul with you. This is the Lilith Bible Tarot deck, and it's epic. I just want to show you real quick. Bottom of the deck. Look at that. I feel like that's like, if my soul was a tarot card, it would be that. Which also kind of reminds me of a Joanna Newsom album cover. So shout out to Joanna Newsom if you ever see my videos. But you should check it out. It's really beautiful if you like this image. I'm not sure which album it is, but yeah. But this is reverse, and this is like the mother, the goddess. So, for you, I sense that your mom was shitty. Sorry, but that's just how it is. I can tell, and I'm sure in one way or another, or a lot of ways. This feels like a very powerful woman, or women. You probably dated a lot of women who were like your mom in certain ways. But yeah, I completely understand. I have a difficult relationship with my mom, but I love her, and we have to accept people as they are and set healthy boundaries and move on. You know what I mean? So we've got. Now, bear with me because I'm still learning this deck. I'm just going to channel. Cup, 2 cups. Filling your own cup. Filling your own cup. 5 of Wands. Breaking free. Yeah, people have been trying to keep you in a cage your whole life because you're so powerful. They're scared of it. They also want some of it. 4. I don't know what this one is. We're going to look it up, though. Aren't these epic? Look, I just want to show you the imagery. So this one, I can tell it's all about filling your own cup. See, there's 2 cups here, which are emotional, but it's like they're being poured into this angel's center where there's sacred geometry if you look really close. You're learning how to be your own center of gravity. You're learning how to fill your own cup. So you can come together in a healthy romantic relationship, which is also going to help heal you. Okay. Then there's the 5 of Wands. But in this 5 of Wands, the wands aren't holding the lady in. The lady is about to walk right out of there. But then there's this guy who's got her arm. Basically, you're breaking free of energies, people who've tried to keep you in a box. They wanted access to your power. They wanted control over your circumstances. They just wanted you to be theirs. But you're breaking free of that because the wands are like, look, I feel like they're stunned and you're like vulnerable but powerful and you're about to get out of there. And then it's like this guy right here, I see it more as like your home stretch that I was talking about. Like you're almost free. You just have to, whatever this hand is, you gotta just throw it off and keep walking. See, like you're really masculine, but you're also like really feminine. Wow. Yeah. And then this one. I'm not really sure what this is. We're going to look it up together, though. Let's see if I can real-time channel anything here. The lion, the eagle, the bull. Definitely, like, very strong animal archetypes, along with a male who looks very strong and relaxed. The ram. It feels like the world, but I don't think that this is the world card. Although, that does apply for your situation. You are completing like a big cycle in your life. You're completing a really big toxic cycle that all stems from your mom, it feels like. Tell me how that resonates. And remember, we have to forgive, we have to forgive in order to move on. Because if we're angry or hold resentment or, still have shitty like dynamics with our mom, we're not going to move on. We're not going to heal. So take it from me, my friend. So let's look this one up. It might take me a minute to find it. Also, check that image out. Isn't that beautiful? Okay, 4. Oh, here it is. Adam. It's representative of Adam. This is a play on the Bible. This is, my intuition is telling me like a more accurate portrayal. More accurate of the versions available. Let's just put it that way. I'm going to read it. Rules, laws, and codes. Adam has climbed to the top of a mountain to survey Eden, accompanied by the animals he has named. The Emperor. This is the Emperor card. Oh my gosh, you got the Emperor twice. If you identify with the term divine masculine, you might be a twin flame who's about to come into union. Okay. Adam has climbed to the top of a mountain to survey Eden, accompanied by the animals he has named. And this is the Emperor card. He ponders his responsibilities. He is the patriarch, stern and dominant. He must lie above the woman during sex. He guards the garden from Lilith. This card indicates structure and discipline, sternness and masculine protection. The advice when you get this card is to look up to your masculine networks for support or to adopt a formal, structured approach to a problem at hand. Feels like maybe there's still a part of you that hasn't forgiven your mother. Because you still have this mentality of he must lie above the woman during sex. He guards the garden from Lilith. Until you forgive your mother, you're not going to be able to experience the divine union of male and female and appreciate the wild nature of a Lilith. And if you're not familiar with the story, Eve is the subservient one. Obviously she... I think everybody's familiar with this version. She eats the apple and, condemns all humans. But Lilith is actually told as the first wife of Adam, who was not willing to be subservient and, ran off with the devil. But my interpretation of it is the devil is like knowledge. Because the apple represents knowledge. If you look up the symbolism of apple, Eve took a bite of knowledge. And sometimes, you get carried away with that. And that can turn evil. So I do identify with certain aspects of the story. There's a reason, so just roll with this. And if you don't like my interpretations of things, then maybe my channel isn't right for you. But it's not going to change my opinions or what I've learned or what is being channeled here. Basically. So Lilith ran off with knowledge and she's wild and, she wanted to be free. She just wanted to have a partner who was equal to her. Okay. So until you address this femme fatale, all of these shadowy women, let's just put it that way, women who are expressing themselves in evil ways, basically the story of Eve, until you address all the Eves who've hurt you in your life, and especially your mother, and truly heal from all those relationships, you can't come together with Lilith and have a balanced God and goddess relationship, which is representative of divine love and unconditional love, the perfect balance of two opposites in their highest expression. So, wow. Woo! Let's keep going. Your karma cards. God. The 11th house. I realize I may lose some of you with these new readings. I wish you well. I hope I don't. But I realize I may, and I still have to continue to speak my truth. Okay. So, service to others. Your work, 6th house. Freedom, association, circle of friends, 11th house. I feel like your friend circle is transforming right now for good reason, like we already were talking about. Your associations are transforming. And I also feel like your work in the world, you want it to transform into more of serving others, not be as egocentric, self-centered. Okay? I know some words are hot button words, so I like to give like alternatives. Your work is transforming as well as your associations. But like I said, it's for the better. It's really good. Okay. So, for a lot, if not all of you, you're not only dealing with healing from mother issues, but you're healing sibling issues. This could also be like cousins who feel like siblings, and I'm also feeling like for some of you where this doesn't apply, this is friends who you've called your brother or your sister. And this came out reversed. So, you're not getting along with them because you're changing for the better. They may have had ill intentions that were masked even from themselves, it feels like. The dynamic needs to change. Boundaries need to be set. And for some of you, these people, whether they're friends, cousins, siblings, they need to be out of your life, at least for now. Yeah. When you share, everyone feels happy. You have so much love and strength to give. It already feels like you're becoming balanced within yourself between your God and your goddess energies, like your divine masculine and your divine feminine energies. So you're amazing. You have so much to give. You got to make sure you're giving it to the right people. And yeah, when you share, everyone does feel happy. But do you? You really need to ask yourself that. Every interaction you have with everyone around you, whether it's family or friends or coworkers, is the dynamic an equal give and take? Is it balanced? Is it respectful? Is it loving? Do they honor that I am stepping into my own power right now? Because if they don't, then I'm sorry, but fuck them, at least for now. Believe in yourself. See yourself doing well, and you will. I'm also being drawn to the rainbow. Like, you're very colorful. You have a very colorful personality. There's going to be so many different types of people who are going to love you. Because of the multi-dimensional, multifaceted, powerful personality that you have. Like, you can tap into this dark destroyer part of yourself for, like, the highest good of all, which will allow you to connect with, like, dark outcasts in society who deserve love as well and who've been wrongly outcasted. But then you also have, like, this lighter, like, you want to serve others and, like, you're just so sweet. Like, who wouldn't love that? You know, unless you're triggering some kind of wound within them, which happens. But believe in yourself. See yourself doing well, and you will. That is also your power that you're tapping into now. Like positivity, self-esteem. Just those simple positive feelings that manifest like greatness around you, and then the universe starts working with you, and that's why you're seeing like you're really the synchronicities have been there all along for you, but you're really starting to take heed of them and appreciate them, which will create more and more abundance in so many ways, not just money or status or things, but also love and respect and appreciation, which all starts from inside. Oh my goodness. Okay. Let's move my hair. I have so much hair. I'm always shedding. You discover treasures where others see nothing unusual. I posted this on my Instagram yesterday. That's awesome. I feel a kindred in you, in your pile. And if you don't agree with anything that I've said, like, I'd love to talk about it, you know? I don't want to lose you. You discover treasures where others see nothing unusual. Yeah. I think you've always had, like, a soft spot for the misfits and the outcasts, and you've kind of felt like one yourself. But that's so beautiful because you can, like, help repair that, like, rift in society, you know? To create a more whole human existence, a whole human family worldwide. So don't ignore that part of you that wants to like embrace everything, embrace all cultures, embrace all parts of yourself, even if it's going to be judged, you know, because there is this toxic thought process happening in the collective energy of society right now that is trying to keep us all divided based on our race, based on our culture, based on our gender. Don't buy into it. You're supposed to help change it. You're supposed to help destroy the toxic thought patterns. The fact that you're so unusual, the more you love yourself, the more you will be able to heal others who are unusual. You can help show them the way. And help society to appreciate more of the unusual. Okay. Now, this is either from somebody who has passed on, who you love, or from your angels, okay? I had to leave that way. For some of you, this is a father. And it actually explains why your mother became overly controlling. Feels like your mother didn't really know how to fill that role and felt like they needed to. And they weren't naturally good at it. So another reason to have compassion and forgiveness. I had to leave that way. It feels like for a lot of you, like your father either died of an illness or took their own life. It was something dramatic and difficult and terrible. And although we may not be able to understand like the patterns of existence of birth and death, looks like their message for you is that they had to leave that way. For one reason or another, that was part of their life contract, their pattern, the pattern that was set for them that they were supposed to fulfill. Feels like if that doesn't apply for you, if it's not your dad, it was somebody else who was really close to you, a friend, family member. For some of you, you lost someone you were romantic with, and it was dramatic and difficult. But like I said, it was all part of the bigger plan. It's hard to understand that, but they want you to know this. I'm tapping into their energies. One last message, I believe. Those that have to leave your life right now, who are alive. This is a message of, even if it's difficult, even if it's painful, even if there are like some harsh words exchanged, that was part of the plan and the pattern as well. Them leaving your life in this way. Basically, whatever difficult experiences of your past, where you had to lose somebody you love to death, or you have to lose somebody you love now in order to grow into your destiny, it had to happen that way. Holy crap, that was 36 minutes. Wow. I don't even know what else to say. Whew, I need some water. Two. New moon in Sagittarius. Judgment in reverse. Two of Wands reversed. Something didn't go as planned, but it wasn't supposed to. 10 of Swords, but you've been having a lot of anxiety about it. You've been up in your head about it. Confused. I think you might even be dealing with some symptoms of depression. But these cards are here to tell you that those plans that you had were not divinely guided. It was more egocentric. And I know you don't want to hear that. I know that's really difficult. And you may even dislike this video. But that is the message for you. With Judgment here being reversed. I mean, this is like divine intervention. There it is. It's divine intervention. The Moon. Yeah, you're processing a lot of dark and difficult and negative feelings right now. And you just can't understand why this didn't work out. Yeah. With the Five of Pentacles, it's like you're feeling like a loss of, you're feeling like you lost your dream, or maybe even lost some money, or a home, or a job. I'm definitely seeing this as like a loss of something material that you wanted to manifest in the world. Eight of Swords. You're going to have some sort of, with this being reversed, you're going to have some sort of breakthrough during this moon cycle. It may not be for the new moon, although it will be helpful with the new moon being in Sagittarius. Sagittarius is very higher minded, can see things from all angles. I actually feel like maybe you can have some breakthroughs with the new moon in Sagittarius. Also, new moons are a fresh start. So if you can embrace that energy, that will be very helpful to get you out of this 10 of Swords and out of this 8 of Swords. You know, I'm really sensing like a lot of, like, your problems right now are completely in your head. I know you hate to hear that. I'm really sorry, but I just want to tell you the truth. This wasn't supposed to happen. It could be a relationship for some of you, but for most of you, it's like money, job, status, power, dreams coming true, dreams you had. And maybe it just wasn't the right time, because this is divine intervention, which can be about timing. Important to keep an open mind. Page of Swords. Get off social media. You're obsessing about something on social media, which is also keeping you stuck in your head. Yeah, if you can... Yep, okay, cool. I just wanted to double check because that was a weird message to get from the Page of Swords. If you can stay off social media, whenever you start feeling obsessive and it makes you feel bad and negative and like you're getting down in that depressive state again, get off social media. Go do something else. Go watch Netflix or something. Go watch a funny movie. Go watch comedy. Like, shift the energy. You can do that to get you out of this anxiety, because I can tell now that like this anxiety that you're having, I mean, look at all these swords. It's starting to like physically, it's starting to manifest physical ailments, which I think you maybe are already noticing. Like, look at, that's a lot of swords, and swords are mental. But you have the Eight of Swords reversed. You have the Nine of Swords reversed. It feels like, you've dealt with a lot of anxiety and you're at the end of it. I'm also picking that up now. So that's really positive. This really deep, dark hole you've been in, like, you're starting to come out of it. Especially if you can be aware of these things and help shift the process. Okay. Oh, and there's people around you with Bell, Two of Cups. There's people around you that you can reach out to who can help you through this, who really care about you. Maybe you're not. Maybe you've just been so stuck in your own zone, which we all do when we are like really upset about something or healing, going through transformation. But this is a card of like, you need to reach out to people care about you. They will help you. Got the Knight of Cups reversed. Yeah, this is just confirmation. The Knight of Cups being reversed, like, you haven't been reaching out to people. But it would be highly beneficial for you to do that, okay? Like-minded individuals, with the two frogs being here. Nine of Pentacles reversed. Yeah, you being alone is not good for you. This is just like further clarifying that. Sometimes Spirit will channel these messages in order to make sure you really get it as like a huge message for you, okay? Nine of Pentacles is being like alone, single, materially abundant, but it's reversed. It's like, this is not good for you. Knight of Cups is like a person reaching out a cup, like an offer, a mature offer. You're not offering yourself to others. And the Two of Cups being upright is two people offering their cups to each other in communication, caring about each other. This is what you need. Four of Pentacles reversed. Yeah, because you haven't been feeling very grounded in yourself. I have a feeling you've been feeling kind of airy, kind of like in an escapist kind of way when you're not feeling this dark energy. So you've been going like from extreme to extreme. And it's time to get grounded in yourself, and these people around you can help you get grounded, okay? Be careful who you reach out to, though. I'm getting a message with Ariel. You can laugh. You probably need a good laugh. She reached out to Ursula, and it's like, it worked out in the end, but like, that was seriously dangerous. So just be careful who you're reaching out to, because you aren't, coming out of a dark place. You're definitely coming out with the Eight of Swords, the Nine of Swords, and the 10 of Swords, okay? That's a succession of numbers. 8, 9, 10. 10 is the end. So as you come out of this, be careful who you open up to. Be careful who you ask for help. But definitely reach out. That will be helpful. Okay. Shadow attribute of the addict. Yeah, you've been in like that self-destructive pattern that I've been talking about. Shapeshifter. You're good at navigating through different levels of consciousness. And this period of your life is meant to be transformational and to help you see higher powers and how they help you, even when you can't see it yourself. It's also meant to show you that you can shapeshift into like a healthier, lighter experience from this dark energy. Don Juan, light attribute. Oh, that's interesting. let's keep going. Shadow attribute of God, using power to control people. Yeah, whatever this is that you have been, very deeply depressed about, let's just put it that way. I mean, it feels like that. It was controlling in nature. You were trying to control something that is not meant to be controlled by you, and at least not now, with the shadow attribute of the God. Slave. Oh, and then I'm hearing in the end that would have karmically come back around as control over this project. It feels like a venture. It feels like a project. It feels like a dream. Control of this venture would have ended up in someone else's hands karmically. Wow. That's amazing. The spirit is actually showing you how it would have ended up. It's a good thing it didn't happen, actually, really. What is this Don Juan doing here? All right, we're gonna circle back around to this. Sorry, my light's being weird. Shadow attribute of the warrior. Trading ethical principles for victory at any cost. Feels like maybe you did that to get it started. Indifference to the suffering inflicted on others. Maybe you weren't aware that this was going to end up hurting people in the end. Also, in the end, not only would have you would have lost control over it, but the ethics would have been compromised and others would have suffered. So I'm definitely feeling like career, project, venture, money. Okay. Now, with Don Juan being here, spotlights your positive, seductive qualities. And you had the Two of Cups. That was Belle. Okay. Princess Belle. We're going to get you Romance Angel. It's so funny. I wasn't intending for these to be romantic. Here we are. I did this for pile 1 as well. What's the Don Juan doing here? Oh. Worth waiting for. Now I'm getting a message that this career venture, which is what it feels like, I'm confident saying that. Feel free to comment though if it's something else. I love to hear it, and it actually teaches me. It would have interfered with a romantic relationship that is I feel like in its infant stages. Maybe there's a friend in your life where there could be something more. But look, divine timing. I was talking about divine intervention and divine timing, stopping this venture from getting off the ground. Divine timing is at work in your love life. It would have interfered. And this romantic relationship that's coming in for you, or is in its infant stages, is worth waiting for because it's going to be really transformative. I think it's going to transform you into a better person who can take on this venture. Not saying you're not a great person, or, just we all have growing to do. So, yeah, and it feels like you're very charming. They're very charming with the Don Juan light attribute. Spotlights your positive, seductive qualities. I think there's going to be something very natural that happens in your life between someone you already know or someone new coming in your life. Just go with it. In the end, it's actually going to help get you back to the beginning stages of this venture, it feels like. Or help you realize that you didn't really want that all along, that maybe it was somebody else's dream, like your parents' dream that they kind of like instilled in you. That happens a lot. Okay. Now we've got the Lilith Bible Tarot. We've got the Seven of Swords. Yeah, okay, that actually clarifies feels like actually a lot of you, that dream was never even yours, and it was actually like ingrained in your subconscious, possibly even by like someone who taught you, who you really looked up to. It was the wrong kind of power. It's a message for a lot of you actually, because look at that. Look at this image. It would have hurt a lot of people in the end, even though maybe you didn't see it. Maybe you just need a different version of the dream. This is a general reading, okay? So just take what resonates. 9 of Cups. Yeah, when I was saying earlier how this transformation is supposed to happen within you right now, like you're supposed to go through like these deep, dark feelings, it's actually healing a lot of what used to trigger you. So you can be like emotionally fulfilled within yourself and then actually know what your dreams are. with the Nine of Cups. Oh, this is a really beautiful card. Actually never seen it before. You got the Six of Pentacles. You know, this is all about like hierarchy within business. This is all about like generosity. It feels like you're meant to run some kind of a business, maybe even be the head of a company, but you need to make sure that like, you know, I'm hearing trickle down. You need to make sure that everyone's taken care of. You know, that like this guy doesn't get the shit end of the stick in the end with this business. It feels like production end. Yeah. Judgment. I believe this is judgment. We're going to look it up in the book. But this like, and then look, like this is creative. This yellow coming out of, yellow represents third chakra. And that's right about, you know, where the third chakra is. And that's actually willpower, self-esteem. You're really working on that, like for yourself. I think you actually are really getting to know yourself better through all of this difficult, like depressive state that you're in. And if you reach out to others, they're going to help pull you out as well. And you're at the end, like I said. But let's read what this is. The Woman. Interesting. Feels like for a lot of you, a woman is going to help transform you. Or it's going to help, this process is helping turn you into like the best version of a woman that you can be. Take whichever one resonates. So listen to this. And there appeared a great wonder in heaven, a woman clothed with the sun and the moon under her feet. And upon her head a crown of 12 stars. And the dragon stood before the woman which was ready to be delivered, for to devour her child as soon as it was born. Bear with me. Dragon stood before the woman which was ready to be delivered, for to devour her child as soon as it was born. Oh, I understand that prophecy now. And she brought forth a man-child who was to rule all nations, and there was war in heaven. Now I'm seeing 55. Don't worry, I'll explain. And the great dragon was cast out, that old serpent called the devil and Satan, which deceived the whole world. He was cast out into the earth, and he persecuted the woman. And to the woman were given 2 wings of a great eagle, that she might fly into the wilderness from the face of the serpent. And the earth helped the woman, and the dragon was wroth with the woman, and went to make war with the remnant of her seed. This is from the book of Revelation 12, King James Version. Wow, okay, there's so much that I just channeled from that. Okay, we're going to go back through here now. Don't take it at face value, you guys. You need to always read, like, deeper. So let's do it together. So she is giving birth to the son, right? Which in the Bible is representative of Jesus. And then she has the moon under her feet. The sun is always associated with masculine, or typically, let's just say typically, associated with masculine energies. The moon is typically associated with feminine energies. It talks about a dragon who's trying to devour her child. So the dragon is representative of evil. And a child represents innocence, right? So it's like you're birthing this innocent version of yourself. This like joyful, loving version of yourself that's truly happy and loving and full of love to give. In a romantic relationship as well. So, okay. He was cast out into the earth, and he persecuted the woman. So evil persecuting women. And to the woman were given 2 wings of a great eagle, that she might fly into the wilderness from the face of the serpent. Okay, I'm seeing that story. It's like, what would have played out from your dream becoming a fruition this time around would have been evil in the end. And I'm not saying by your doing. I'm just saying by the circumstances, by the timing, it would have hurt people in the end. It wouldn't have worked out. Your control would have been taken from you. It feels like by another corporation or another company, someone else. Keep in mind, it may not have been like a company. It could have just been like an art project. It could have been, but it's definitely like career, job, money, dream oriented is what I'm feeling. Okay, so you were actually given a gift to fly above it all, to reconnect with your wild, true self. This is what I'm reading from this story, okay? And the earth helped the woman, and the dragon was wroth with the woman, and went to make war with the remnant of her seed. See, yeah, evil would have waged war on the seed of your venture, on the seed of your dream. It just wasn't the right time, or it wasn't the right way, or both. These readings are intense, guys. Okay. 8th house. Jupiter. Yeah. Well, okay, Jupiter has been in Sagittarius and is moving into Capricorn. So if you have any placements in your astrological chart for Sagittarius or Capricorn, I mean, it's like Jupiter is actually blessing those placements in your chart. This is a blessing in disguise. This is an opportunity for you to actually get to know yourself with yourself, and really like love yourself and be full of love, and like have no ill intention in your heart whatsoever. So whatever you start turns to gold, like an alchemist. This romantic relationship that's coming into your life or has already started is going to help shape that as well. This is a blessing in disguise, Jupiter. Jupiter is a lucky planet. 8th house. Getting and using power. That's part of your lesson. Jupiter in the 8th house. Jupiter in the 8th house is teaching you how to get and use power properly. So in the end, it doesn't work against you. Because it feels like there's just been some power figures in your life that have shaped you in a way that aren't exactly who you are. Okay. One step at a time. Right now, it's like baby steps. I know it felt like your dream was finally coming true and you have to let that go, and it feels like a death. It feels really sad, okay? But you don't have to give up on it forever. It could transform. It could become something different. Basically, right now, like your personal healing needs to be at the forefront, one step at a time, every day. And look, lots of little steps make big dreams come true. Okay? This time, next time, you'll do it in the right way, it feels like. It feels like with somebody by your side, your romantic partner who can also help you. Water. Drink more water and eat foods with water in them, such as fresh fruits and vegetables. Believe it or not, I think that is going to like take you to like a whole new level. I think you maybe been forgetting to drink as much water as you should and eat healthy. It will really help you through this. It's amazing sometimes like the simplest things can help heal like something really complex. But this is a message for you. Then love. The answer that you're seeking is love. Self-love and love with another, which is all happening for you right now. So yeah, this is all a blessing in disguise. Okay, so your fortune, nurture your dreams. So I'm actually getting this as a message of don't give up on them. Just let them lie for now. You still have some more healing to do. You have a romantic relationship that's going to transform you, and then it feels like that partner is going to help you make your dreams real and from a more solid, healed, loving place. Now, if you've had anyone pass on, or if that doesn't resonate for you, like someone that you love who's passed on who wants to communicate with you, this could even be a pet if you were really close. I truly believe that we can have those kinds of relationships with our pets. Or it's like an angel from heaven. Although you may not understand it now, Everything happens for a reason. I'm actually hearing grandfather. A passed on grandfather. For a good chunk of you. Although you may not understand it now, everything happens for a reason. It feels like they've been there for you. They've been there with you every step of the way with this dream that you have, or these dreams that you have. They want to help you piece it together, I'm hearing, but in the right way. And they want to let you know that they're still there and you can connect with them anytime. For those of you where it's not a grandfather, I think it could be a pet that you were really close to, like you were really connected to them and they're still with you. They feel very evolved. Like maybe they were a human before and then they evolved into a pet to be your companion. But they understand what's going on, that this had to happen the way it did. And then for those of you where it's not a pet or a grandfather, I'm hearing wife. If you had a wife that passed on and she wants to see you happy with someone else too. And she's actually helping guide this romance that's coming into your life that's going to help make your dreams come true. Like this wife really loved you. If you ever doubted that, they always wanted you to be happy and they're helping. Woo! All right, let's see. Anybody else? Child? Although you may not understand it now, everything happens for a reason. A child that is going to come into your life through this romantic relationship. Ooh, they're going to be very smart, like a starseed child or an indigo. No, I don't. Maybe an indigo. Yeah, you're going to have a child with this person for some of you, this romantic relationship, who's going to be very smart and actually helpful to you as well. Whole family. And for those of you where none of that applies, it's just the angels in heaven, the same ones that were a part of this divine intervention. Everything happens for a reason. There is a bigger plan for everything. Okay. I see why there was only 4 piles today. Dang. These are so great, though. I'm so glad that it's happening this way. There's that one. That one. I need more water. I need a lot more water for those of you who are still with me. I figure if I do it in between the timestamps, it's no big. Boy, I'm gonna need some more espresso after this, guys. This is probably one of my favorite readings, though, so. 3. All right, new moon in Sagittarius. I'm hearing outdated notions, outdated ideas about family. Oh. You're a powerful personality within your family, but it's also made you feel like an outsider. You're very intelligent, but sometimes you overthink. Sometimes it's overactive, which has kept you separate. But in this moon cycle, which includes Thanksgiving, there's a lot of healing here in the home. Stability, grounding, balance, celebration. For those of you where Thanksgiving is not relevant, I mean, I feel like I can't imagine how it wouldn't be. There's going to be some family get-togethers that are extremely transformative in nature. They're going to topple your ideas. I mean, I'm sorry to say it, but they are, which is going to be very alarming for you because you feel very intellectual, but for your highest good, for family healing and for internal healing. So you can become more balanced in like your feelings and your thoughts. Okay? Yeah, because there's a lot of ideas that you've had that were incorrect. Yeah, it's almost like you were kind of like running away from your family too. Like maybe you felt rejected by them, but then look, you rejected them back. I'm sorry, you guys, there's some really heavy messages today, but I'm just feeling like they need to come, they do. So It's all for your highest good. See, he's running away from this balanced celebration. And can represent stability in the home. For some of you, you're working really hard at coming together with your soulmate or twin flame, and you're almost working too hard at it because you don't realize you have to do this family healing before you can come into union with the 1111 here. Queen of Pentacles. Yeah. This is like nurturing energy. This is like mother energy. I think for a lot of you, you're healing mother energy. Like the way you've viewed mothers in your family, the matriarch of your family. Also, you're just learning to like tap it more into like a peaceful, grounded place. Like you feel like you've been very like active out there in the world. Adventurous parties. You know, I'm feeling like you had some like circus-like experiences where they were just nuts. Like you've been through some crazy shit in your life because you're overactive, mental nature, which has been fun, but also has led you to some crazy dark experiences where you're like, what the fuck? So this is like, for you, this moon cycle is all about like returning to your roots. I'm seeing roots with these right here, these wands. I'm seeing roots now visually. I'm starting to become a visual channel. That psychic gift is opening, which is super cool. Just roll with it. Queen of Pentacles. Yeah, you're tapping more into like just peace. I'm just feeling like peace and love, and like you don't mind like chilling out watching a movie now. You don't mind just like sitting down at the table and eating and like listening, being more receptive, being more open. Instead of talking so much, instead of thinking so much, you're learning how to like become more like listening, receptive, peaceful, loving, open, giving. That's your lesson right now. To come out of the overactive imagination and become more grounded in nurturing energy. To, you know, turn back around, head back to home, to your roots, to your family, and see the story differently. See how the story was incorrect. This is also a card of deception. You were deceiving yourself with your own ideas of how family is, of how these people in your family are, of how things have been. It's funny, the human mind, how it does that, right? Like I can sense like you would be great for like writing an epic movie. Like you could be such a great like screenwriter. I could see you maybe you are, I don't know. But like, you know, you have a great imagination. But in this case, it's just been overactive in terms of like family dynamics in your experience of family and home and roots. And as soon as you heal that and become more grounded in that, which it feels like you're doing successfully in this moon cycle, you're going to be even more creative and less like exhausted by your own mind. The Fool. Yeah. You're not going to have you're not going to feel like buried in your own brain anymore. You're going to feel like lighter and freer. And also it feels like a new beginning for you. Like once you heal this family, you could even be healing family DNA. Like there may be some toxicity within your family that you're healing through your own experience. You may have that as part of your destiny. Then you get to move on to the next chapter of your life. And your family will be much more healed. And your ancestors and children to come into the family. So great works, you know? Yeah, you're learning how to be more balanced. You're learning how to balance your mind and your heart. Like I was talking about in the beginning. Like you have been more like this, which is taking on too much in life. Overactive thoughts. But, you know, still powerful. It's a king, whether you're a man or a woman. I actually feel like a lot of you are women. But like overactivity of the mind is a masculine trait. So that's why the king came out. But yeah, more balance, more groundedness, more nurturing, stability in the home, retelling of stories, breaking out of your own deceptive notions. There's notions again. Having a whole new beginning. Yeah. Woo! Oh, the cards are getting real good, guys. Look at this. You're going to feel very creative. That's why I was getting like writer, screenwriter, artistic. even if you're not interested in writing or screenwriting, you're going to feel very artistic in this new beginning, like very creative, ready to manifest your best life, your dreams. And your family is going to see you in a brighter light, and you're going to see them in a brighter light. This is like about status, how people view you. You may have been one of those people who's like, I don't give a shit what people think of me. But deep down, we kind of all do on some level. Even if it's just small. Some people it's more than others. And for some, it's like you only care about what some people think. Some people care about what everyone thinks. But of course we all care. Like, we're all human. We're all like a big global community, whether we want to admit it or not. So maybe you needed to hear that. Sorry if it was a little harsh. I think I'm kind of already tapping into the Sagittarian energies that we're entering into generally. We're kind of moving from Scorpio to Sag, and I'm feeling it. So I can be blunt. I'm also a Sagittarius. Anyway, so this is also about like whatever you decide to create in this new beginning of your life, it's going to be successful. So, plan wisely and get creative. Use your brain in that way. But first, healing. Knight of Pentacles, slow and steady. So, you're this new beginning, this creative, high social standing, success, victory. It's not going to happen overnight. And neither is family healing. So it's like, keep that in mind, okay? One step at a time. Don't rush to the finish. Don't rush to the completion, because then it's like you will have completed it incorrectly. Also, interpersonal connections are very important for you right now. They're very transformative in nature, so just try to slow and steady and listen. Like I was talking about with the Queen of Pentacles. Listen, be receptive, be open. Yeah, I'm being drawn to bottom of the deck energy. Your ideas, third house. You're transforming your ideas right now. And the way you're going to do that is by your conversations and how you connect with others, specifically your family. Could also be like childhood friends, people from your roots. Okay, now let's move on to your archetype cards. So we've got shadow attribute of the rescuer. Shadow attribute of the judge. Aha. I'll tell you in a second. Shadow attribute of the hermit. Yes. A lot of family healing, and I'm going to tell you exactly what's being healed. Shadow attribute of the damsel. Yes. Okay. So, here's what you're healing within your family. Here's what you're healing within yourself regarding family. So, shadow attribute of the rescuer. Assumes that the rescued will reciprocate, keeps the rescued one needy. This is a toxic dynamic present in your family. Or your roots. Could be like a childhood group of friends. Take it how it resonates. Shadow attribute of the judge. Offering only destructive criticism to keep people needy. Another toxic element to this group of people. So there is toxicity that does need to be healed. That's good to know now. But this could also be within yourself, so just try to ask yourself that. This feels more like family, though, and this feels more like you. So you were embodying the shadow attribute of the hermit. Like, you didn't want to help heal things. You didn't want to deal with these people. Withdraws from society out of fear of negative judgment of others. You feel very sensitive, so, it's also hard to deal with this destructive criticism. Whoever is offering destructive criticism, I think it's like they don't mean to. It's just like a subconscious toxic pattern that maybe they picked up from their parents and their parents. It does feel like healing family DNA. Yeah. But you're, as much as you want to withdraw, feels like you're going to want to withdraw from spending time with family or your childhood group of friends, your roots. You need to overcome this in order to heal yourself and heal them. This is a very important part of your destiny right now. No headphones. No going into your room. No planning other things to avoid them. Just, they say that in order to heal fear, you have to go into the belly of the beast. You have to face the fear head on. Even if it hurts. It's important to feel the feelings and then nurture yourself and take care of yourself to heal from it. Shadow attribute of the damsel, waiting for a knight to provide for you. You've been kind of feeling like you've been waiting for someone to save you from this situation. But here's the key here. You have to save yourself. You have to save your family. Believe it or not, you're actually extremely powerful. You're the savior. And I think this is something that scares you. This is also a lesson in self-trust and self-love. Queen of Pentacles. Just feeling really grounded in yourself and who you are, who you actually are. This is who you are. You've been waiting for this in somebody else, but it's actually you. Okay? So, now we've got the Chariot in reverse. Yeah, you can't move forward till this is done. Look at this beautiful card. You have to balance. You have to go and you have to confront this toxicity and purify it. You're the one to do it. You are the angel to do it. And the Chariot's about moving forward. It's reversed. You can't move forward till this is done. And believe it or not, you signed up for this. Your soul's contract. 9 of Pentacles. Also try to enjoy your abundance. Try to, it feels like you're in a pretty good place overall. In terms of money, home, career, stability, hobbies, maybe even babies. I see babies at the bottom. It feels like you're in a very colorful place, a very inspired place, because she's holding a wand as well. Even though this is like a toxic situation that you're dealing with, that's difficult and deep-rooted, try to enjoy this. I feel like enjoy your single life right now. And I feel like you kind of are. And there's so many lessons and there's so much beauty in that as well. Doesn't mean that you have to be alone forever. It just means that this is part of the deal. It's pretty good, so why not enjoy it? You don't have to be lonely. Be alone. Hermit. So in that way, it's about the journey of the hermit. So it's interesting, right? Because we have a message here of don't be a hermit, but also be a hermit. Now, here's what it means. In this way, when you are around your family, when you're invited to go be around your family, when you find yourself around them, or in your, hometown, don't withdraw, okay? But when this is not on the table and not going on, you are in a journey of deep introspection, deep contemplation, reflecting on things that have happened in your life, learning about things you want to learn about, enjoying your alone time. So, it's funny how life can be a contradiction, the hermit reversed and then the hermit upright. But it's basically a message of this is good for you to be alone sometimes. You're learning so much about yourself and other things that you've always wanted to learn about and do. And, maybe I'm hearing acquire. Maybe you're acquiring things because, pentacles are material. It feels like you're also working on your image, what you look like, how you show up in society, and you're feeling really good about how you're eating and how you look and how you dress. And maybe you're working on that right now and you have the time to do that, You're refining your image and that's beautiful and there's nothing wrong with that. Queen of Pentacles. This is abundance too. Enjoy that. Enjoy that while you're doing this healing work. Who knows? Maybe these childhood friends or your family, they're very rich or very abundant and they like to share with you in that way. Some people, it's they're emotionally toxic, but they give you a lot of things, and they don't mean to be that way, but it's it's just kind of programmed into them. And also another message, everyone shows love in a different way. So there's that. And then we've got Venus in Sagittarius. Pleasure, good times, insights. It's exactly what I was just saying. It's just really cool that it's being confirmed. Find pleasure in these new insights you're having. in this new wisdom you're acquiring. Have good times by yourself. Sagittarius, the archer, also Artemis, if we want to talk about like the goddess Artemis, who, I definitely associate with Sagittarius. She has the bow and arrow and everything. She's the goddess who's alone and wild and free in the forest with all the animals. And she enjoys her independence and she feels free. Embrace this. Also Venus. Enjoy the finer things. Enjoy the food. Enjoy the clothes. Enjoy the candles. Enjoy the decorating. Enjoy, I don't know, maybe you've always wanted to like perfect some Thanksgiving dishes. Do it, like enjoy all the Venusian pleasures of life. Kind of feels like after this work is done, the world is your oyster. But in the meantime, it still kind of is. It's just like a smaller version of it with some toxicity present. But guess what? You're transmuting that toxicity. So, very soon, listen to your true feelings in reverse. Worth waiting for in reverse. Try something new. This is interesting. What? We got a lot of different messages from the unicorns here. We're going to go through them. I'm going to show you the cards too. These are very beautiful as well. Very soon. Try something new. Okay. Very soon you're going to try something new. Now I'm seeing this as like also you're trying like new hairstyles, new outfits, new, like I said, new Thanksgiving dishes. Maybe you're changing your diet. You're changing your routines. Especially we're coming out of Mercury retrograde. I think you probably changed some routines or you're aware of some routines that need to change. So that's what one message I'm getting from like trying something new being very soon. Also happening now. But another message of like a very new chapter of your life is coming very soon. And you'll be surprised actually with how soon it's coming. So although like this work that you have to do feels like with your family, I'm just going to say family. It could also be like a group of childhood friends, but it feels strongly like family. It's going to feel like it's going on forever just because it's such heavy energy, which is going to take a lot out of you. But I think that like this new beginning that we were talking about, it's going to happen sooner than you think. And it's exciting because it is going to be new. And I'm also getting a message of like coming together with like-minded individuals. Feels like a lot of new friends. If for some of you it is like a childhood group of friends or a childhood best friend, like you decide like you've outgrown them. There are new friends out there for you. Also for some of you, I think the dynamic with your childhood friends just needs to change as you change. So kind of just take that in stride, slow and steady, with open, honest communication. You feel like you've been waiting and waiting and waiting for the next chapter of your life. But you're not realizing your patience is going to be rewarded. Time is illusory. When something's difficult, it feels like it's going on for longer. When something's great, it happens in, like that, right? It is worth waiting for. And maybe you're not fully believing that in this moon cycle, but just keep coming back to this reading and reminding yourself. And listen to your true feelings being reversed. Don't let others talk you into doing something that you know is wrong. Okay, since you are transmuting so much energy right now within yourself and others, there may be ideas presented to you from other people with agendas. Trust your own intuition. Be wary of what you're listening to, okay? Always come back to center. Always come back to yourself, your alone time. Process things. Make your own decisions. Trust yourself, because there are going to be some people who are going to try and talk you into doing something different, possibly even with the next chapter of your life that's not right for you. Only you know what's right for you. Yeah. So try not to fall into the trap of not listening to your true feelings. Always find a safe space to do it and explore them because they're correct. It feels like you're very strong in your intuition. You actually could identify with divine feminine twin flame. Tell me how that resonates. Okay, that's your reading. Now we're going to go on to your fortune from the fortune cookie and a message from heaven. Okay. Oh, you will soon bring joy to someone. I think you're actually going to bring a lot of joy to your family, to people from your hometown, from your childhood. Even though it's difficult for you, I think that you're going to bring a lot of happiness and joy and light into a dark place. that maybe hasn't seen light in a while. And that's so amazing, right? Maybe just wasn't aware that the light was there, you know? I mean, there's so many different scenarios. I'm also coming back to this card. I mean, I think the next chapter of your life, there's going to be a lot of new friends out there for you, but I'm also feeling like maybe romance, because the other two piles had romance cards that I pulled. I did not initially pull them. So let's just see. For this, you will bring joy to someone. Is there romance coming? Is that in the next chapter? Oh, for some of you, I'm channeling a message. You have to face romantic partners who hurt you when you were younger. It feels like you may run into them. They may try to contact you. Use this as an opportunity to find closure and healing and forgiveness and understanding. This could be the one. Oh, and for some of you, there's someone in your hometown and from your childhood who actually is the one for you that you did not see that way before. So like I said, be open to like conversations, but also make sure you're acting from your own intuition with the listen to your true feelings card. Oh, this could be the one. Somebody you overlooked before. Or somebody you've been with before, because you've already met the romantic partner you seek, that you just need to try again with. Are there any more cards for other viewers that story is not? Okay. Oh, feels like someone new is going to come into your life when you start the next chapter, which is coming soon, but don't rush, like I said. And it's going to be very flirty and fun and light. You're going to feel like a kid with them. And it may not be like as emotionally deep as you'd like it to be at first, but give your relationship a chance. Okay, for those of you, some of you, it's an ex or it's someone from your childhood or your hometown you're going to reconnect with and they are the one. For others of you, someone new is going to come into your life. It's going to be light and fun, not very deep, and with time, it will develop. Okay, now, this is a message either from a person or a pet who you really loved, who you're really connected to, or from the angels in heaven. Okay? There's no time where I am. Time is only on the earth. Well, a few initial messages here. First one, remember I said time is illusory? That's huge for you to remember during this moon cycle. Please keep coming back to this reading. Timestamp it if you want, if there's a certain part you need to listen to. Time is illusory. That is huge for you to remember during this slow and steady progress. Okay? Also, it feels slow, but it's not really slow. Your new beginning is happening soon. Grandparent wants you to know that. I'm also getting a message of like, this is really reminding me of Beauty and the Beast. You don't need to rush. It's not like this person that you're going to be with next is going anywhere. It's not like, when the last petal falls, then they're going to be a beast forever. You know what I mean? Not like they're a beast, but no need to rush is the message here. There's no need to rush. Kind of follow your intuition and follow the signs. Look for the signs. The universe will send you signs through songs, numbers, repetitive animals you see, things you hear from people, sometimes even strangers, which makes it even more magical. Feathers, smells. Just pay attention. Follow the signs. I'm hearing follow the signs. So grandparents, aunt. For some of you, this is an aunt. There's no time where I am. Time is only on the earth. It's just like a wise older family member who wants you to keep this time is illusory in mind. Okay. Dog. Very loyal dog. There's no time where I am. Time is only on the earth. The dog, they want to know that they're there with you and they are loyal to you, and when you pass on, that you will be together again. There's no time where I am. Time is only on the earth. Getting a group of small children. What is that? There is no time where I am. Time is only on the earth. A group of small children. Take that how it resonates. That's all I got for that. It's hard to do this with a general reading. I may not do this again. Keep in mind, though, if you want to speak to a passed on loved one, that is an option I offer for readings, for personal readings. Group of small children. There's no time where I am. Time is only on the earth. Like, I'm just getting like a happy group of kids playing outside underneath a tree. Feels like a little slice of heaven. So, okay, that's what I'm getting there. For those of you where that message, none of those applies. It's just simply a reiteration of the time being illusory factor and to just follow your journey. Okay. Also, you feel like it's a dark time in your life, but the sun will rise again. Definitely feels like angels speaking. Okay. Whew. I don't even want to see how long this video is. I will point out, if you're still with me, pile 3. This one kind of peeked out as I was putting them away. Rescuer, the light attribute of the rescuer. This is what you're doing right now for people around you. Provide strength and support to others in crisis. Acts out of love with no expectation of reward. You're shining light into dark places. You're kind of being people's savior right now. Also, don't let people latch onto that energy or tell you what to do with it. It's yours to use. Your discretion. Okay? I really need some water. Boy. 4. Alrighty. What is going on with you? 4. We'll see if you need a romance angel too. It's so funny. I did not initially pull them, and then they came out for all the piles. So, fuck it. I'm just going to do it. We'll see how it ties in. Apparently, all of these are also romantic in nature, so let's see if yours is. Make the effort. In reverse, though. Let's see. A clarifying card for that, please. Great love. Maybe you're being guided and you're ignoring it. Maybe you're ignoring the steps that you're being guided to take towards a love interest, towards someone that you care about. Codependency. It's like an overbearing mother. Trust is the bottom of the deck. The situation's calling for you to have faith. You're dealing with codependent relationships, possibly a codependent mother, as well as possible addictions. It could be like alcohol or drugs, but sometimes like certain habits are addictive in nature and toxic for you that you wouldn't even think are, like watching too much TV, or being on social media too much, or, you know, sipping the tea a little too much with your homies. You know what I mean? But I think you're addressing all of these right now. Like any codependent relationships, any codependency with your mother or grandmother. I'm hearing grandmother. As well as any addictive behavior that you have in your life that's toxic in nature. I think you are being guided to heal these, but you're not quite listening to the universe. The universe is trying to speak to you and you're not quite listening. And it feels like dredging up old wounds is what I'm hearing, but you're being called to have faith. You are being supported. There's an angel here like looking out for you. And there is some type of relationship, romantic relationship, but you have to heal all this first. You're moving towards someone or you're reconnecting with someone. Let's find out. New moon in Sagittarius. 7 of Cups reversed. Healing from past relationships. Healing from the energy of past relationships. Yeah. Healing from the toxic energy of past relationships, past hobbies. This guy right here, he's like, his emotions are invested in so many different places, so many different people. And, I'm getting a sense with your reading that it was toxic. Toxicity can be high or low. It can be really toxic or just a little toxic. You'll know based on your situation. Star being reversed, you're losing hope and faith, but you should hang on to it because the universe and angels are looking out for you and guiding you. You just need to pay a little bit more attention to repetitive numbers you see, songs you hear, things you see that pop up on your feed repetitively. Something a stranger tells you that kind of like sparks your intuition, smells, animals you see, look things up. It will help restore your faith. 8 of Cups. You're walking away from people, but it's also helping you like come out of this emotional fog you've been in. It feels like you have to walk away from some relationships that are codependent in nature. Maybe have to set healthy boundaries with your mother or grandmother. Knight of Wands reversed. It feels like you're usually a very passionate person, and you haven't been feeling passionate or hopeful. Like you've been feeling out of your element. You're usually positive and passionate, but, the fact that you're kind of like, dumping out all these cups and like going through it and clearing out that fog, it's kind of taking you out of your element, but in a good way, in a healing way. Because you're able to identify more like what relationships are healthy, what boundaries do you need to set out of self-love, and who you are and what you want. 3 of Cups reversed. Yeah, it's like breaking free of relationships. Feels like a lot of different types of relationships. Like one could be like your mom, and one could be a friend, one could be an ex. But like, yeah, I think you're also used to celebrating a lot and parties and being friends with everybody and having all different kinds of relationships, but not really in that energy right now, not really experiencing that, and for good reason. Definitely sorting through everything and figuring out like what's good for me and what's not. 3 of Wands reversed. Yeah, because based on your life thus far, you're not happy with it in one way or another. Specifically your relationships though. And your habits. Like I said, the list goes on and on. You'll know. I think you'll know. And if not, we can do a personal reading. You can email me. Okay, 3 of Pentacles reversed. Another message of, I think maybe for some of you, you have to leave a job that's toxic. With the 3 of Pentacles being reversed. But there's 2 3s here. Okay, well, there's 2 3s here. And they're both reversed. This is celebration, 3 cups, emotional. This is working together on a project, material, 3 people. So watch out for 3s when you see 3s. Those are messages for you. Also, just a real strong need to look at any way you're coming together with others, whether in the workplace or as friends or parties or family, and really assessing those dynamics right now. And then I think like the more you clear out, the more you walk away from, the more you're going to be able to like make your habits more healthy, with the addictions affecting your romantic life. Because it feels like there's some great love that wants to come in for you. It really does. Like a healthy romantic relationship, but it's not going to come in until all the toxic energy has left your life. And left your energy field specifically. It doesn't mean certain people have to leave forever, but you have to set boundaries with other people's energy so it doesn't become a part of your own energy field. And then look, this is so good. 7 of Wands, Ace of Swords. You are going to set healthy boundaries. You are going to be on top. You are going to conquer these addictions. Definitely pay attention to the synchronicities and the signs more. Look for them. Act on them. Trust the universe more. And I think you're going to realize this. You're going to see this. You're going to have mental breakthroughs. You're going to see your own toxic habits and know how to change them. This is like a whole new, like, mental breakthrough thoughts, a whole new beginning in your mental state. Also, you're going to reclaim your own power with the crown. Also with the Seven of Wands, being on top. Also being on top in your own mind. When your own mind is like, oh, you should do this, or oh, you should say this. Like, knowing what to think and what to say and how to have like control over it. So like your own thought process is healthier. So you make better, healthier decisions. So I'm going to read this. I'm going to channel this. These are Disney princess cards. There's some woman around you. Here. There's some woman around you who's toxic because of the queen being reversed, and there's two queens here. And then codependency with this woman. It may not be your mom. It may be like your best friend who's actually a competitor. You're going to see it. Or a friend, or an acquaintance who really has pull, who has an influence, who like sees you as a competitor and like tries to, fight dirty in their quest for power, it feels like, with, the crown being here and it being reversed, because there's two. And she seems like she's not doing anything wrong, but she is. Take it how it resonates. Could be your mom and a friend. And then we've got, a knight who wants the crown. Someone who seems like they're on your team and they fight for you, but they really want the crown. They want your crown. Wow. Interesting channel. You're being given a blank slate where you can embody any archetype that you want. After you process all of this and heal from it and start to listen more to the synchronicities of the universe, you're given a blank slate. This I'm seeing as the Fool card. Then we've got shadow attribute of the engineer. Oh, my bad. Child eternal. Shadow attribute of the lover. Oh, this is interesting. Maybe you are lesbian, or maybe you are bi-curious, or maybe like you're a girl who has a girl best friend who like you kind of have a little bit of a romance with. Take it how it resonates. But or your mom just kind of has a slightly inappropriate relationship with you, which unfortunately happens more often than it should with mothers and fathers. I've seen it so many times. And it comes up in readings a lot too. So don't feel like you're the only one or that I'm judging you, because I'm absolutely not. But with this shadow attribute of the lover being here, obsessive passion that harms others, self-destructive devotion. I'm also getting a message, your devotion to this friend or your devotion to your mother is self-destructive. But that you're going to identify that. You're going to see it more and change it, with the Ace of Swords and the Seven of Wands that we were talking about, setting healthy boundaries and having mental breakthrough, to get back to more of a state of purity, where the world is your oyster, where you have this blank slate. Determination to determination to remain young in body, mind, and spirit. Ability to see things with fresh eyes. Yeah, also, that's your mental breakthrough. You're going to see things with fresh eyes, especially if you pay attention to the synchronicities of the universe. They're going to point things out to you. And also feels like your spirit team, maybe your grandma is a part of your, okay, for some of you, your grandma is a part of your spirit team, and it's your mother who is destructive in nature, but your grandma's trying to help so you can heal the DNA, like you can heal that pattern so it doesn't get passed on. That's why I was sensing grandma energy. For some of you, it actually is a grandma who's alive, but it's still the same story of healing the pattern. Fresh start. You can see things clearly, and you're going to be helped with that. helped to see things clearly. Also, like sunflowers, I'm getting drawn now. I'm getting channeled. I'm channeling a message of they only bloom at the right time. So divine timing is at play. Keep that in mind. It's all about timing here, which is why the universe is helping you to know what to do next. Shadow attribute of the engineer, reliance on mechanistic solutions without regard for emotional consequences. Oh, you're going to want to just cut these people out when you see it. Like, you're going to want to just cold turkey these motherfuckers. But you can't. Like, you really can't do that. That's not the right way to do it. It won't heal you. It won't heal the situation. It won't heal the DNA of your family if that's what's on the table. And I get why you're going to want to do it. Trust me, I get it. But it's not the right way to do it for you or anyone else. So try to be aware of that. Also, you may regret it, I'm hearing. You may regret it. I'm actually hearing that from the grandma that I was channeling earlier. Wow, my channeling skills are kind of becoming off the charts, guys. I'm going to toot my own horn a little. Those of you who've watched my channel who can probably see it too. It's also very humbling and exciting at the same time. Okie dokie. So we've got Adam, Eve, and Lilith in reverse. The casting out of Lilith in reverse. You're reclaiming your inner wild feminine. Two of Pentacles. Yeah, for a lot of you, this is involving same-sex dynamics. Whether it's like a daughter and a mother, or like a girl with a girlfriend, or this could be like a son and a father with or you with like your dude best friend. You being a dude and your dude best friend. But I'm definitely getting that with your same-sex dynamics here. And not saying that same-sex relationships are toxic. They're not, necessarily. But in this case, there's some same-sex dynamics in your relationships, which are for you. So, we've got Ben. We're going to look these up because I'm still learning this deck. This is the Lilith Bible Tarot. Ben. I'm getting like Kali vibes, like the goddess Kali dancing in the ashes of like what's been killed, like Phoenix rising from the ashes, dancing in the death, dancing in the chaos, still finding ways to dance. You're reclaiming your inner wild, true, pure, eternal child self. Yes, that all can coexist and does. You're addressing these relationships. You're finding balance. You're setting boundaries. And then you're rising like a phoenix from the ashes. Amma reversed. Yeah, it's a mom. Definitely a mom or a mother figure. Like maybe your friend or frenemy, or a boss for some of you, who's kind of like has this weird dynamic where they're kind of flirty and then they kind of mother you, but then they also like are very controlling and like overbearing and manipulative. Amma is reversed. This is just a very clear message of there's like a strong female figure who is like a negative mom type, negative lover type, like embodying all the things strictly for power. Codependent in nature. They make sure that you're codependent. And this is why I was channeling a boss, because it could be a boss. You're dependent on this boss for money. That could be the only like toxic codependency that you need to address for a small group of you. Oh, and now I remember why I was thinking Pile 4 had so many cards. It felt like there was so much going on. Because we've got Mars in the 12th house. This is the planet of action going in the subconscious, like with action, taking action on subconscious toxicity. Like Pluto is representative of the 12th house. Other associations, the subconscious, dark matter, This is my personal opinion. Basically what's hidden, you know, confronting hidden tendencies. Boom. Just saw that. You are confronting hidden tendencies of others. You are confronting hidden tendencies of yourself, which were picked up by others. But yeah, basically you're taking action on all this dark shit, on all this subconscious shit, on all this hidden shit. You're taking action on it and you're clearing it out. You're changing it. Okay. Then you've got 4 unicorn cards. You've got decide. You have a lot of decisions to make. Imagine is reversed. Use your imagination to manifest your decisions. What would you see, feel, think, and hear if your wish came true? Visualize. Tap into that creative part of yourself to help manifest your desired outcome, which also feels like pretty assured, especially if you really stick to your guns, you know, or stick to your Mars. Haha. Sorry, I'm getting weird because this video is so long. Oh my god, it's almost 2 hours. Laughter. Oh, you need a good laugh. This is reverse. You need to find ways to laugh, to lighten up. Like, instead of watching those dramas on Netflix, watch a comedy. Like, watch a stand-up comedy. Try to find the humor in all this darkness you're dealing with. Lighten up. Find ways to laugh. You need a good laugh. You're not lightening up your energy as much as you should, which you deserve. You deserve to take care of yourself. You're dealing with the negative energy of others mostly, if not all. You do not deserve to feel shitty, okay? You deserve to feel good, especially while you're dealing with this. But yeah, you have to make a clear decision about what you want to do with all of these different types of people. And for some of you, about a job. I'm going to clarify what I'm picking up here. You'll know in the morning. If there's ever like a time where you don't know what to do or think regarding a person or circumstance or job, give yourself some time to rest, you know, before you make that decision. Now, I want to clarify for this. The decide. What's the decide card for this pile? Decide. Well, this flipped too. I've got the Empress. 10 of Wands, Knight of Swords, Ace of Cups. That's pretty clear. I'm feeling like for some of you, you're going to get a new job offer, okay? It's not clarified in the cards, but I'm trusting my intuition a lot more now. So you're going to have to make a decision about that, and you may need to sleep on it. I have a feeling when it comes, you will kind of feel low in energy and scattered, and you're going to need to take a little time. Don't say yes right away. Think about it. Rest first. Also, to end your reading, we still have your fortune and your angel or passed on loved one message. All right. Empress, this is the mother. This is the queen of all queens. You're embodying this energy for yourself. And you're not going to take anyone else latching onto your power or your energy or attaching their hidden agendas to you. You're going to reclaim your power as the queen of all queens. Well, if you decide to, why wouldn't you, right? Because you are at the end of a cycle of carrying the heavy burdens of others and feeling exhausted by it. So you're going to cut out the bullshit to have a brand new beginning of self-love. Look at that. So your fortune is a message from a distance is coming. Yeah, actually a lot of you are going to get a new job offer, or you're going to get like a new offering of friendship or a new offering of romance, like a new start. But it's cool, this clarifies. A message from a distance is coming. It feels positive, whatever it is. Something new that's coming into your life. Trust it, okay? Don't let all this shittiness inhibit your ability to believe in fresh starts and trusting people and, beginning again. Now, this is either a message from a passed on loved one of yours, could be an animal, could be a pet that passed on, or a family member or a friend, or it's just a message from the angels. Life is a series of choices. Choose love. Life is a series of choices. Choose love. Choose self-love. Everything flows from that. This feels just like an angel message from Archangel Gabriel, who rules the heart chakra. There's the green. There's the hearts. Yes, it is. When making these choices that you need to make, choose love. Choose yourself. You're the queen of all queens. You're the ultimate mother. And remember, letting go only happens in forgiveness and acceptance and compassion. Oh my God, that was such a long reading. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I did, I really did. But now my body hurts and I need water and coffee. So tell me what you think. I'm really open to all of it. Let me know what videos you want next. I am going to post another soulmate reading soon. I'm not going to guarantee when. For Anita. Hello, Anita. And see you guys soon. Bye.